Ali here at mindwavemeditation.com, and today we're going to talk about you. Come on, let's have a little walk. What we're going to talk about is what is going on up here. Is it mostly good or is it mostly negative? Now, if we never really stop to think about this, thinking about thinking, metacognition, if we never actually stop and think about what's going on up here, well then our whole lives can just be like a monkey swinging from branch to branch to branch. And now more than ever is the time to actually pay attention to what's going on up here and see if we can change it so we can start making some new positive steps, new positive habits. Join me on this one and let's break it all down, make it real simple. So this is a mind melter in the best sense of the word, because unless you're clear about what is going on up here and you're watching your mind from a different perspective, then your mind will be controlling you. You will be falling for the deceptions of life, advertisement, living out someone else's dream, plan, vision for you. You just will be being sold on something other than what you truly want, your true self, your true desires, your true passions. Oh, I didn't realize my hand was on my heart there. Not to sound super cheesy, but that obviously was a real meaningful moment. It's still there, I cannot take it off. And I think that's because I think that finding your purpose and finding your truth in this life is the most important thing we can possibly do, because anything good that we do in life comes off the back of the people that have decided to live and breathe their truth. Now, if you're working in a job and that's just the job you have and you ain't going to go out there and save the world, then I'm talking to you as well. So no matter who you are, what you do, and what you're putting out there in the world, sorting out this is an absolute priority in life. Figuring out who you are, what your true self is all about, what you're here to do is, that's a bonus. And for whatever reason, it's just not a possibility to live your absolute truth right now, then the next best thing you can do is control and manage all that's happening up here. So let's just break that down. I talk about self-talk a lot, and before I really understood what self-talk was, I was going through life and most often replaying a lot of stuff from the past. That was where I generally liked to hang out in my head, was in the past. And I'd jump into the future, and that was fun, but then I get really overwhelmed because I was like, well, how am I gonna do this, and this? I want to do all these different things. How am I going to do it? And then I'd just melt. So then I'd go back to the past. And that was kind of what I used to do. And then I learned about all this stuff and everything changed. And the one thing that really helped me figure all this out and break it down and make it real simple was, what are you saying to yourself on a daily basis? Are you the type of person that's saying, oh, I can't do that. There's no way I could figure that out. I'm too stupid. Oh, I'm too fat. I'm too fat to get into that. I don't have those skills. I wish I could, but I'm too small. I'm too tall. She'll never go out with me. I'm too ugly. I really don't like my face. I don't like my ankles. I don't like my foot. The list is endless. I can't, I couldn't possibly, I'm too. It's always something that happens after I. And this is what we've got to understand, is this whole I situation. Who am I? Who are you? Whoa, what's happened? Has he just fully lost his marbles? I really mean this. Who is the I that is looking out of your eyes? who is this I that we associate ourselves with and say, oh, I can't do this? We're talking about a past self. We're basing all our data and facts on what we've done in the past. And what happens is we go through life and we don't realize that right now, in this moment, we are free from the past. We are free from the future. Right now, in this moment, it's like a blank slate. It's like a whiteboard, blackboard. It's like a blank canvas. It just is. And we're free from the past. Yes, if we've done a lot of repetition, then we are most likely going to see a repeat of these habits and actions. True. But to break that chain, to break that habit, to break those patterns, all we have to do is recognize that habit, that trait, that pattern, that self-deprecation, that I can't or I don't. Recognize it and realize that right here in this moment, we're free from that. So look, I used to say I'm stupid. Or, sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Coping mechanism. I used to say, oh, I'm too stupid, because in the past, I was real simple, and technically speaking, on the school ground terms, I was stupid. I wasn't very clever. I wasn't very academic, and life was really difficult at school and stuff. It was a lot of pressure. It was terrifying. Everyone else seemed to know how to do the obvious things like read and write, and it just didn't go in. And I felt a bit sorry for my parents. Even then, at the time, I was like, oh God, this must be rough on them. The kid can't read the books. But I couldn't. And I went through all these like dyslexia lessons when I was really young, and then I kind of tried to hide it years later because I didn't want people to bring up all that sort of stuff. Scratching the face. It's all been processed. It's okay. But because of that, I started to act the clown and act a bit stupid and act that way because that was what I knew. And that felt comfortable. So I kind of found my role. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that will make you laugh, make you feel happy, and, put myself down in the process. And that's kind of what's going on here. So I did that for a long time. And when I learned about the self-talk stuff, and I had my first awakening, so to speak, where my mind was just blown and I started receiving lots of data. And that data wasn't really more thoughts. It was a clearing of all the noise in my head. Just blasting all the bullshit out of there. And I was left with, well, before I didn't have the confidence, I didn't have the self-worth, and I didn't have the self-love, self-respect, and all that sort of stuff. When I started meditating and started eating cleaner, and started doing yoga, started reading conscious material and watching people like me. That was not an ego thing to say. I meant other people doing this sort of thing. It started clearing the noise. And I realized I wasn't trying to get confidence or get self-worth or self-approval. I had it all within. There it is again. Had it all within. It's there the whole time, and it's there within you right now too. And this is the trip. We spend our whole lives looking outside of ourselves for love and praise and people to congratulate us about something that we already feel good about, or tell us it's going to be okay, and all the rest of it. It's a never-ending list. And the truth is, it's all within already. And all we have to do is clear the noise so we can access that truth. let me break that down. That might sound a bit wishy-washy. If you start doing good things like meditating, positive thinking, eating clean, exercise, reading positive material, watching more of these videos, then you start to clear the noise in your mind, and then you're left with a higher state of awareness. So awareness could look like this. You see yourself from like you're in a film. So this is Ali going through his day. He's doing all right. He's having a jolly old time. You start watching yourself kind of like this, like I'm watching, like you're watching me now. And, you know, we're not just kind of going through life like this and seeing everything. We're not just walking around, we're kind of seeing ourselves from different perspectives. I don't mean literally like seeing outside of your body, although sometimes that can happen. But what I really mean is we start to pay more attention to what we're thinking, how we're being. Are we, you know, I caught myself running around. I was opening up a pub and was cleaning. And I caught myself running around, putting these bin bags out and getting the whole place like ready. It was all a bit like this. Everything was really frantic. I stopped. And I was just like, dude, what are you doing? What's with all the, what's the rush? Why is you so frantic? And I mean, I used to drink a lot, and when I stopped drinking a lot, my body, it's like it needed something. It needed something to kind of, you know, make it a bit more numb. So with all the meditation and yoga, that kind of started doing all that, and naturally just felt more peaceful, like right now. Just out in nature, that can be enough just to get a nice fix of feeling good for a moment in this crazy world. So it allows you to see what's going on up here. And like we said in other videos, like it's usually just future thinking or past thinking. Now, on top of that, you've got this dialogue constantly going. It's analysing. It's thinking about the bird. So right now I'm doing this video and my mind's going, oh, there's a bird going while I'm talking. Shall I wait to stop or, you know, it's constantly going. And you'll be doing the same. You'll be watching this video going, what the hell is this guy talking about? Why am I spending my time watching this guy? Although some of it's making sense, so I'm going to keep watching. We're constantly thinking and analysing and replaying and organising. And it's relentless. But when we take a moment, we go out into nature and we do this meditation stuff and yoga and all the rest of it, we start to get this perspective again. And it seems just to be a bit more easier when we have a different perspective. It seems to just be a bit more, less all up in the mind. So what we want to do is we want to catch all of these negative self-talks, all of these things that we're saying to ourselves, just while you're strolling around, just while you're walking from your house to the shop. What's going on? Are you in the past? Are you in the future? Are you thinking about something depressing? Are you just vacant? Are you just going through the motions? Use this time to start thinking positive things. Start telling yourself happy, positive things that you're grateful for. Things that you've achieved, even the small things, the tiny things, these things in lockdown that you've achieved. You know, write a list, go for a walk and just read that list and go, okay, I've actually done more than I think I've done. I've got through, you know, this time. So far, so good. And start to catch all of those thoughts. Any thought that says, I am this, or I don't have this, or I can't, just catch it. catch that thought, realize it's a thought from the past. It doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be your future. And the way we do it is we catch it and we feel it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I caught one. I am stupid. Caught it. And we change it. We change it to, in the past, I thought I was stupid. However, in the present, I don't feel that at all. I'm getting better and stronger every day. Whatever you want. I'm too fat. Caught it. In the past, I was too fat, but now I'm working on my exercise and I'm eating healthily. So I no longer believe this to be true. This is how we rewire ourselves. This is how we reprogram ourselves. Because we're catching what we're saying to ourselves. We're changing the ending to a positive. So then the subconscious mind is then ready to accept more and more of these new positive habits and patterns. And this is how we retrain ourselves. It takes time, it's repetition through self-work. But it works. And once you start believing it yourself, that you are who you want to be, what you want to be, then you'll start seeing your actions playing out and coming into fruition. You'll start to see positive results from everything that you've put out there. So decide today that you're going to watch all of these thoughts. You're going to start watching all of these thoughts, and you're going to start catching them as often as possible. And you're going to go easy on yourself. And you're going to be nice to yourself. And you're going to tell yourself, I am strong, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am free. I'm happy, I'm strong, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm free. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm strong. Make up whatever you want, as long as it's good, as long as it makes you feel good, as long as it helps you put a smile on your face in these crazy times and gets you through your day and helps you become an even more awesome version of yourself. Thanks for watching. Let me know how you're doing down below. I'll see you on the next one.